I'm not going to keep you long. We had another shock from yesterday. One of my good friends who dressed me with suits and ties, who passed instantly, went home and just fell. And the killing part about it, he had a shirt, hell for me for tomorrow. And you just never know.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
You know, T.D. Jakes is known for that. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Now, be ready.
Be ready.
Be ready, because and it's not a shot against him, but see, get ready is a person who is trying to get things together. Go back to the foolish virgins who were trying to get ready. When the bridegroom came, the announcement was made, some did not have oil. And they wanted to borrow. That's a lesson by itself. See, you can't give somebody your spirit. You can give them counsel, but you can't pass your spirit to another person.
That's right.
Now, if you want joy, don't get mad if your sister's got it.
That's come on now. Amen. Come on.
If you want peace, don't get mad at your brother because he has it. It's available for you if you want it. So we're living in times that, you know, it's not about getting ready, it's about being ready. For any given moment of the day or night, he may summon us into glory. And we want to always make sure that we've made our election sure when it comes to our relationship with God. So with all that is happening around us, the spirit is willing, the flesh is weak. And I can honestly now understand what that means. You can be well in your spirit, but tired in your flesh. And you become weary. That's what is really called warfare with yourself. You don't have to fight nobody to be in war. You can be in war with yourself. I saw that with my dad. I saw it with the sick when he visited the sick who are very critically ill. The spirit wars against the flesh. We use that a lot. We talk about the devil and the enemy. But when your spirit wants to get out of a bed and your flesh says no, maybe I'm parked in the wrong church today. I said when your faculties begin to contradict your spirit, where you want your hand to go left but it won't move. When food is set before you but you can't eat it, and when the desires of flesh fade, that the only thing you got going for yourself is your spirit being nourished by the power of God. That's when you can truly see when the spirit wars against the flesh. You see, you can get stronger every day when your body is failing you each day. And this is why it's important to stay in the Word. So that you can repeat the words of Job, who said, yea, though he slay me, meaning though my flesh is falling apart, my mind and my spirit is being held together by the power of the Word of God. Amen. Quickly, Genesis chapter 12, verse number 1 through 3. I want you to look at this scripture and parallel this passage with Luke's Gospel chapter 2, verse number 11, and we'll read through the end of the chapter. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 through verse number 3. Luke's Gospel chapter 2, verse number 11 through the end of the chapter. I want to put both of these together because in Genesis 12, there is a separation between Abram and his father's house. It was in verse 31 when we discover that his father, whose name was Terah, and Terah was the father of of course, the great patriarch who we know today as Abraham. It is in chapter 12 that God is about to separate him from family. And then when we get to Luke chapter number 2, we're going to read where Jesus became separated from family. Listen to the story in Genesis 12 verse 1. And now the Lord had said unto Abram, get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. He says, I will make of thee a great nation, and will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. God says, I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee. And in thee shall all families of the earth be blessed. You say amen. Amen. Always remember that God separates us from everybody when he calls you. And the first group that feels the impact of separation is your family. Some, maybe not here, but there are some people in this world that cannot go forward because the influences of family is too strong. This is why he says, now, Daddy is gone. And I want you to get out of that house, get away from your cousins, and any other influence that's greater than me. I want you to listen to me. If God calls you, trust me, you're going to be different. You're going to make some enemies along the way. For are going to be confused with your behavior. And then he'll tell you things like, now you just get out of there and go, and I'll tell you later where you're going. This is why we walk by faith and not by sight. Some of you have testimonies right now. You didn't know how your next meal was going to come, but God made sure you had something to eat. Somebody knows you didn't know how you were going to pay for the mortgage, but the money seemed to come just right on time. Even if it was late, it still came on time. Somebody has a testimony that when you walk with God, he doesn't always tell you step by step. So you got to trust him and let him lead you along the way. That's when you can quote the scriptures when David said, the Lord is, not was. He is my shepherd, and I shall not want. When God takes you away from lovers, friends, family, cousins, nephews, nieces, children, and anything else that can influence your thinking, trust me, God is about to do something magnificent over your life. You better listen to this. You better be careful when you touch a child with God. I don't care what you think about him, what you think about her. If they are blessed, either you better bless them or leave them alone. Because a curse will follow anyone who touches a child with God. You never got to get anybody back. Just live right and let heaven move over your life and watch God move stuff out of the way that's just keeping you from being the best you can be. You owe no one an explanation when you follow God. I can't believe he joined that church. No, I'm following Jesus. You didn't tell me you're going to get baptized today. I didn't need your permission. Someone said, "Somebody, you got a smart mouth." No, it's not being smart. It's being smart enough to know that mama can't save me at the judgment. Daddy can't save me at the judgment. I've got this, my pastor can't stand with me at the judgment. When we die, we will stand and we will stand alone. Who I need on my side is Jesus. I need him, I need the blood and his mercy to cover me. Because no one on earth can say, well, he was a good person to me. Even at the judgment, your haters will be present. Your haters can't stop you from going to heaven, and they sure can't. You got to know where your help comes from. Well, listen to this. There's another young man who we call him young because he was 12 years old. In Luke's Gospel chapter 2, verse number 11, I want to focus in. Luke's Gospel chapter 2. And we'll focus in on verse 41. I meant to say 41, not 11. Luke's Gospel chapter number 2 and verse number 41 through the end of the chapter. The Bible says, now his parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. Now, if I had some time, I really had the energy to preach this. This verse will preach by itself. The problem with America is the family is broken. So you got kids coming with moms, and dad ain't nowhere to be found. What's wrong with America is on Sunday mornings, it is do what you want to do day. No longer do you see, you remember the time, those of us who are of age, when folk would walk to church, that lived in a community, and you would see the father, and you would see his children, and you would see the wife, and not only they were not walking to church, if they lived in a close proximity, but you would see families who would come in together, who already had their checks written out because they already came to the agreement, this is what our household will give. Some of you, you're too quiet right now. You wouldn't be sitting in church now had it not been for somebody in your house that loved you greater than you loved yourself. It wasn't no sleeping in bed on Sunday. Everything except the dog and the cat is going to get up in this house. You're going to get yourself dressed, and we're going to go to church together as what a family. Talk to me. Talk to me. Now, you see everything but that. Let me tell you something, I don't care whose foot I may step on right now. This is going to go on YouTube, and you let them know I said it. If you can make that boy get up, get dressed, catch that bus on time to get to school, if you make sure that every football game and every basketball practice, why can't you make him get his behind up, get dressed, to put a Bible under his hand, a tablet or something with God's word on it, and send him to church. Not just send him, you with him while you're there. Somebody know in the old school when parents came to church with their children, mom could look at you one time and you straighten up. Now you letting something 3.5 pounds control your life. We ought to get back to that old saying, I brought you in here. I feel like now for my preacher, and I will take you out. I wish I would let something 3.5 feet tall control me. You wouldn't have on gym shoes, you wouldn't have a bed, you wouldn't have nothing had it not been for the God working through me, taking care of you. And now you don't want to come to church, that's all right, just get you some sleep. Get you some sleep. You know, the parents need to spank them, say, go on and get you some sleep. I know you had football this week. I know you're tired. Every year, his parents. Said his parents.
His parents. His parents.
No, don't start tripping. Talking about, well, everybody didn't have parents like he had. I came up under some difficulties. Joseph was not his biological father.
No, come on. Amen. Amen.
As a matter of fact, you want to go there? Since you're the only one that act like you got a problem. Joseph, when he heard that Mary was expecting, was about to go to divorce court. Now, the Bible doesn't say it in those terms, but he thought within himself privately how he was going to dismiss her, because he knew, I haven't slept with you.
Right.
Let me tell you the kind of heart he had. He thought privately, so he would not make her a public, a public scandal. He was the kind of man who thought about, if I got to do this, how can it be done without hurting the family even more, or hurting her and tarnishing her relationship. Don't tell me that you had problems when you didn't know how I was born. When Christ was born, there was a hit after his life. Herod, who was not concerned so much about finding the Messiah. He wanted to find him so he could find out where he was to kill him. When he was born a man of sorrow. According to Isaiah, he was a man of sorrow and acquainted with grief. From the day he was born, there was a finger of death pointing at him. Father was not his biologically. Mother was a young virgin who was talked about because they knew she had to be slipping around. How in the world she gonna get pregnant? Talk to me. I'm making the Bible relevant. The reason people don't come to church now is because we don't seem to have relevance. This is not a comic book. This is not make-believe. And I have to speak it in a way you can connect in your spirit. She was looked upon as some tramp, some boy. How you gonna stay with a girl who's supposed to be a virgin? Now she's talking about she done got pregnant and you're not the father. But you been smoking. Preach it. His parents went to Jerusalem every year. They were consistent. At the feast of the Passover. And when he was 12, I don't know what you were doing. I know what I was doing. I'm a preacher's son. I know what I was doing. And God took me at 12. I knew by 15 I knew by 15 I'm held by. I'm serious. I mean, that's the truth. 12? 12 is the number of government. 12 tribes of Israel. 12 gems that went around the high priest's neck. 12 apostles. 12 is the number of government and rule. It means that at a certain time in your life, you got to get yourself together. And you can control nothing else, control yourself. And begin to assess where my life is going from this moment forward. It's like 12. Not 18. Not 21. 12. 12 years old, they went up to Jerusalem after the custom of the feast. He was accustomed to going. You'd have to drag him. He looked forward to it. And when they had fulfilled the days as they returned, the child Jesus tarried behind in Jerusalem, and Joseph and his mother knew not of it. But they supposing, and that's what parents are today. You think your kid is somewhere? I know what my kids had all the time. The devil's a lie. No, you don't. No, you hope and pray that they're there. But none of us who ever raised children can honestly say you knew every step, because even you didn't go everywhere you should have went. It was here that the parents made a mistake. They just supposed that he was mingling with other children in the entourage of family. They supposed, they assumed he was okay. So there's no worry. And so then in verse number 44, and they supposing him to have been in the company, went a day's journey. And they sought among their kinfolk and acquaintances. And when they found him not, they, and in the Greek, they does not mean the whole crowd. Boy, this is a youth meeting. I will tear this part up here. Nobody loves your children the way you do. Folk will talk a good game, but let your baby girl get in trouble. Let your son come up missing. It was Mary and Joseph who turned back and had to go another day to find him. That's when you know where love is. Yeah. See, we can all walk down to the corner store together and sit down at Coney Island. But let me tell you something. When we get down there and something goes down with somebody in your family, well, you got to make that walk back here. Some folk don't say, I'm praying for them. And it's not that they're not praying, but they don't have the strength to walk back down that distance to help you get prepared. When something goes down with your children, you will put your house up for sale. You will go take out a loan. Talk to me, please. You will borrow some money. You will do what other folk won't do. This is why young people ought to be thankful when you have a parent and parents who came after you and grabbed hold of you when other folks turned their back against you. I remember one time my father stood in the pulpit when I was young, and I had a problem. I came out of college, and somebody had made a remark because he had bought this car, and the car was used, but he knew I had to have a car and transportation. And some, you know how church folk are, they get the rattling and talking among themselves. I can't believe my father stood up, and there's a few people that go to this church, I don't see their faces today, they can testify because they were sitting there that same day. And my father stood up. Let me tell you one thing. You don't tell me what I do for my son. I don't care if he does something right, I'm going to bless him. If he does something wrong, I'm going to correct him and still bless him because he's still my son. Now, I don't say nothing when your sons go to jail. I'm down there praying for him. I don't say nothing when your daughter has her fourth child out of wedlock. I'm praying for her. So you don't say nothing about my son. Mary and Joseph turned back to find their baby. The Bible says this, I'm almost finished, I'm preaching through this. The Bible says in verse number 45, and when they found him not, they turned back again to Jerusalem seeking him. And it came to pass after 3 days. 3 days they found him, thank God, in the temple. Most parents don't find their children after 3 days. And when they do, they're not at the temple. I don't want to go morbid on that, but there's a whole lot of parents looking for their children, and it's been longer than 3 days. And when they find them, they didn't find them the way they wanted to find them. When they found him, get this, they found him in the temple sitting in the midst of the doctors, both hearing them and asking them questions. The power of communication is when you can be quiet, listen, and then will understand. The power of communication is that I don't know everything. So let me learn what you're saying. And then as I learn, then let me ask. And then as I'm asking, then you need to be quiet so that I can say something to you. And it goes back and forth. That's the power of communication. Two people came to Jesus at his birth. The wise men came. I taught this not long ago. The wise men came and the shepherds came. Two types of people come to Jesus. The wise men came because they knew they didn't know it all. The shepherds came because they knew they didn't know nothing. So when you are a person who's studious, be smart enough to know I don't know everything. So let me go sit down at his feet so he can teach me everything I need to know for salvation. And when you really bust it and know that I don't have nothing going for myself, but I really want to touch the hem of his garment, those are the people who come to the Lord. They found him sitting there not only asking questions, but he was listening. The Bible says this. The Bible says in verse 47, and all that heard him were astonished at his understanding and answers. And when his parents saw him, they were amazed. His mother said unto him, Son, why hast thou thus dealt with us? Behold, thy father and I have sought. Actually, in the Greek, she was scolding him. I have sought thee, crying. And he said unto them, how is it that you sought me?
Come on now. Come on.
Wist ye not that I must be about my Father's business? Turn to somebody like you love them and say, neighbor, this ain't personal. It's business. Let's give God some glory. Come on and lift him up in here. I'm almost through. You see, when you decide that you're going to trust in God, whatever day you come to that conclusion, always remember, separation is going to take place. The very folk you love, the very folk who have influence, will all be impacted by a move or a shift in your life when it comes to God. But I don't know who I'm preaching to, and I'm going to be closing right in just about 5 minutes, so we can have church for 5 minutes. Some folk need to know in your life, I ain't acting funny, and it ain't personal. It's business. Business meaning kingdom business. Some of us, we should celebrate, through the week. I don't care what has went down, how many funerals we have to attend. When you think about the goodness and the grace of God, that he gave us time to be about his business. When you think about the foolishness and the foolish days we have spent, the places we have gone, the people we have hung out with, the folk we have dated, the folk you got married to, the people you got. Let me tell you something. You ought to look at your life and say, Lord, I thank you. It was a long time coming, but at least I got to a point. I pulled myself together in Jesus' name, and I ain't acting funny to nobody. And it's not personal. It is business. Some people are just petty. They trip over anything. You say something to them, they got a problem. You don't say something to them right, they got a problem. You didn't speak to me correctly. You didn't look at me correctly. You didn't call me today. Let me tell you something. When God's business takes priority over your life, I don't care if it's your spouse, it doesn't care if it's your job, if God calls you, it's best you be about your business. You can pay off. You can pay off Sears. Are they still around? with Sears? Well, you get yourself, you cut up in Sears, they had plain leather belts. So y'all don't see. There's a generation here don't know nothing about that. Montgomery Ward's and Sears has some thick leather belts. You can cut up Kmart's at a few too. That you cut up in there if you want to. You came up out of this straight. Amen. Then Pop would buy the belt to remind you. Yeah, in his closet just hanging up. As a memorial. If we can handle our business in the streets, if we can handle paying our bills, we handle our business with our personal lives. Does it kill you to give God at least one day?
Come on now.
Without malice, strife, personal issue? Is it that hard? That at least he gave me all these days to work. But at least today I can honor him.
Yes.
Not that I don't honor him through the week, but this is the day that the Lord has made. And I will rejoice and be glad in it. I was glad when they said unto me, come, let us go into the house of the Lord. I'm going to tell you what, like Abraham, he told me what to do, but I still don't know how he's going to do it. And if I miss the General Assembly, I just may miss hearing his voice.
Yes.
See, too many people, we're so much in the flesh, we don't see Jesus. So you criticize the pastor for whatever reasons you have. We criticize each other for our little petty different reasons. But wouldn't it be grand that when we looked at each other, we could see God? And I'm saying the grace of God over your life. When you see people that you know have been sick, critically sick, and you see them Sunday, should you not rejoice that they're in the house of God? If you're blessed to have children who are still holding on to the cross, even in colleges and universities or just working at home, doesn't it make you feel good to see with the grace of God over their lives? Doesn't it make you feel good to come when you have a world of frowns, a world of people who hate, full of murder and crime? Doesn't it make you feel good that at least you can come in here for a couple of hours and just rejoice and let your head down and say, God's been good to me? Is it too hard for you to just make him your business and let folk who don't understand why you searching? You see, what you searching for is flesh. What I have found is spirit. Man shall not live by bread alone. That scripture never had more meaning. The day I watched my father die. The lady walked in and she put down the food. And my father said, no. And it's the God said the truth. He says, my soul needs to be nourished. What he was saying is, food in the flesh has served his purpose. But now, I'm on a whole different level.
Yes, Lord. Hallelujah.
I heard him say, I am between two worlds. And it seemed like an angel silenced his lips. Because he's only going to let him say so much.
That's right. That's the thing.
And what was so amazing, as he this up. I'm not being hocus pocus. But I'm going to tell you something. If you believe in God, He's going to do something that's going to confirm the scripture. I want a mansion road in the ground. Let me tell you something. As he was leaving, he kept taking his right hand, trying to, and he didn't have a zipper on it, but he kept trying to remove it. And we said, Dad, you can't take your clothes off. And his spirit and his flesh was at war. One, I'm between two worlds.
Right.
But the Lord wouldn't let him go any further. But through action, he also says, my soul needs to be nourished, but not by that.
Jesus.
And then it was like he was changing clothes. And we saw things, the family in the room, that became baffling.
Yeah.
But he was at peace. And then I heard scriptures like I've never heard before. The Lord give it. Lord take it away. Life with my granddaughter, death with my father.
That's right.
He gives, he takes back. You and I have nothing going for ourselves except our soul. What would $1 million do for a dying man?
Nothing.
Who cares about a diamond ring on your hand when you got this days to live?
Yeah.
Man, why do we let folk get on our nerves?
Come on.
When God says, I will bless them that bless me. And the flip side of that, just live right, and I'm going to curse them that curse them. When you be about your father's business, you're easy to talk to.
Yes.
Christ was not, he wasn't arrogant. Even at 12, he obeyed his parents. He was, the Bible says, keep reading, he was subject to them. There was no back mouth from him to his parents. It was none of that, you ain't my daddy, no way.
Right.
He was subject. He stayed that way even to the end of his life. And if you watch Jesus carefully at that close, he will always say something like this: not my will, but it's in his will. Father, if it's thy will, he would not move in the flesh. He only would move if it was the will of God.
Yes, Lord.
So today, maybe some of us who know we wasted some time, at least we think what we got today to make it right. Maybe today you should say, it's not personal, it's business. You know, when the world says that, that's not a good look. You see those mobster movies, you know. It's scary business. That ain't the kind of business we're talking about. We're talking about this is the day. And I'm going to listen. I'm going to ask questions intelligently so I can grow. And that's why he grew in knowledge and in wisdom. Keep reading that. He grew in knowledge and in wisdom. And he had favor with God and with man. And that's what he wants from us. One of the things that I can rejoice over about my dad, no man is perfect, but what makes me excited is that he had an impeccable reputation.
Yes.
He loved people. He loved his family. And when you go places and they say things like that, was your father? I had to go to the doctor this week and check up and all that stuff. And so lady, she said, I said, now don't get me confused. She said, now this is James Thompson. I said, yes, but I'm Mark. You may have my father's name above mine or below mine. And she said, oh yes, Dr. Thompson. Said, yes, how is your father? I said, no, he passed. That woman broke down on the phone. When people can speak highly of you, behind your back, and then in death, you don't have to hold your head down. He wasn't shot up in a nightclub. He wasn't shot with strange women. He wasn't a wine dealer. And the list goes on. A good name, Solomon says, is more precious than any perfume or cologne you can find at Saks. Now Saks is not in there. The principle is in there. Get some cologne in Saks. A small bottle will cost you $500. And Solomon says a good name is better than that. And so I can hear Jesus telling us today, be about your business for me. Amen. There's some people I need you to touch. There's some folk I'm going to send you to. There's some places you're going to be, you're going to wonder why. But trust me, I've got this. Just be about your business and handle your business. And make that a problem. That's the word for today.